Yeah, this is Black Light stating that I'm going to put an end to this conflict between the black man and the black woman because 2018, if you add that 8, if you add that 1 onto the 8, you got a 9. And that 9 represents full term. It's time for the baby to be born. It's time for the God to be born. At least the idea that the black man and black woman are gods and can make gods, and that we can take back our throne. Uh, so right now you got so many distractions, uh, so many conflicts between the black man and the black woman, the black man and the black man, the black man and the brown man and the yellow man. All people of so-called color are, well, I'm gonna say like this: all people of various degrees of melanin are being set up to be in conflict with one another, keep us confused, uh, keep us against each other, and it's the black so-called black that's doing it. I'm not gonna say so-called black no more. I'm gonna say the Aboriginal Asiatic black man. Now, Born Mastermind Allah gives a brilliant lecture on the term Asiatic, and I can't do it no better than that. And also, Brother Wesley Muhammad gives a brilliant lecture on uh, the term Arabic, and those two brothers there, along with the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, will put an end to all this controversy and all of this BS about uh, the Aboriginal man and his ancient history. Uh, the Caucasian don't need to be in the front no more starting this conflict. He's in the background because he's paying these brothers and sisters off, and some of these brothers and sisters, they just don't know no better. It just sounds good to them, so they repeat it. But they're good at speaking. I'm not that good. But if you stop and pay attention to the root of what I'm saying, or the core of what I'm saying, or the essence of what I'm saying, it my speaks will touch you. Brothers and sisters that wanna go against being united with each other, I want you to study yourself and what's motivating you to say that. Because I know when I was coming up in the streets of Detroit, I'm gonna give a history on my coming up, my upbringing. It's gonna be brief. I was born in 1946. During that time, my mother's brother, my uncle, his name was Aziz, was in the Nation of Islam, uh, in the same temple that Malcolm X was in. He pulled my mother's coat and his mother's coat, my grandmother, and her oldest sister to the Nation of Islam. My mother became an MGT, and so did my grandmother. But it was some foul brothers in the nation at that time. And there's always have been corrupt brothers in the Nation of Islam. They was in it for various reasons. But if a brother and sister was weak to these brothers, they would often go astray. Just like in the Garden of Eden, when Eve was weak to the suggestions of Satan or the devil or the serpent, she persuaded her man, which is not her fault, because she merely put out a suggestion, and he fell victim to her suggestion. The man did. The same with Samson, and it's various other prophets and stories in the Bible similar to this, because it repeats itself. It's like a cycle, in this world, it's a circular motion, and everything is in a cycle. So, to make a long story short, I came up as an unborn student in the Nation of Islam. Then later on, at the age of 7, my mother turned against the Nation of Islam and started, drinking and smoking and worshiping the white man. And she stayed like that all her life. Quite naturally, I'm going to go with my mother and being fed by my mother. So I'm going to shut it down now and stay tuned for this continuation of how I know what I know is true. It's because the way I was brought up wasn't like the rest of you. It's Black Light Out.